Hello. I will be refuting Sarah's claim that the costs associated with water fluoridation outweigh their limited benefits. I will refute each of her individual claims, starting with water fluoridation is an outdated practice. Then I will refute the claim that risks of water fluoridation posed to health are numerous. And lastly, I will refute her claim that water fluoridation is costly compared to other preventative measures. First of all, in her claim that water fluoridation is an outdated practice, she makes the claim that fluoride in itself is a lethal compound. But like almost all chemicals, fluoride is only lethal in high doses. In this specific case, it only starts to cause damage when it is 2 to 4 times the recommended value, which wouldn't occur as long as it is well regulated. So, in addition, her research is based off of a 1996 study. Now, while this research can't be denied, compared to the relatively new research that the ABA has done in 2006, which refutes the claim, it cannot really be believed fully without a grain of salt. So, because according to the ABA, the ingested fluoride, which is the main reason why fluoride is added to our water system to begin with, is most beneficial because it allows the amount of fluoride to be put into the teeth of developing children. Which goes into her next point, that the risks of fluoride are numerous. Going back to the point that fluoride is really only dangerous when taken in excess for far too long. As long as it is kept within its limit of 1 part per million, then its benefits are fairly universal with virtually no negative causes. She also compares the fluoride or fluoridization in our country to the non-fluoridization in other countries. This isn't a very good comparison because it relies on the fact that, or it doesn't consider the fact that these other countries have greatly different lifestyles than us. We have a particularly high sugar intake lifestyle. So compared to these other countries, which are much smaller, or which have a much, let's say, more health conscious, you can't really compare the two. We need this extra protection in order to allow ourselves to continue our level of oral health without risking the various negative effects. Finally, I will claim that water fluoridation is costly compared to other measures is true to a certain extent, but not as generally as she expected. Because the water fluoridation is costly at the initial standpoint, it could be thought of as costly. However, later on, it ends up being cheaper due to the costs of reduced dental work and whatnot that various children would have, if not, because they would have more cavities and everything would, generally speaking, be worse later on down the line. So while her point has merit, the water fluoridization as it is now is easily an effective way to stop oral problems without having to deal with various other degrees, such as having the fluoride distributed in schools.